If there is a God, why do we suffer? This is not just a philosophical curiosity. It's one of the greatest and most haunting questions humanity has ever asked. A question whispered by the sick and the broken. A question cried out in the dark night of the soul. A question that has lived through every age, culture, and religion. If there is a loving, all-powerful, all-knowing God, why do we suffer? Because even we, as flawed humans, wouldn't allow our children to suffer if we had the power to stop it. Let's be honest. Religion has tried for thousands of years to explain suffering. But those explanations, more often than not, feel like patched holes in a sinking ship. Here are the 3 most common answers I heard, and why they ultimately failed. 1. God allows suffering to manifest His glory. This was said as if we were characters in a divine play, and God was the director showing off His power. But I couldn't help but feel disturbed by this. If God causes suffering just to glorify Himself, then what kind of being is that? Would a loving parent burn their child just to show how well they can heal them? Would you harm someone just so others can see how merciful you are? This glory argument portrays God more like a narcissist than a benevolent creator. And if we're not allowed to question it, then we're not children of God. We're puppets, forced to admire the hand that holds the strings. 2. It's a test. Those who endure will be rewarded in heaven. This answer seemed manipulative, as if God is some jealous lover testing our devotion through pain. It relies on fear. Believe and suffer, and you'll be rewarded later. Doubt or walk away, and you'll be punished. And what kind of love is that? If a human acted this way, we'd call it toxic. So why is it acceptable for God? And what about those who never had a chance? What about infants, animals, people who die before knowing this test even exists? Are they just casualties of divine examination? It didn't make sense. 3. Suffering builds character. This one tries to give meaning to the pain, which is noble. But again, think of a baby born into a war zone. Starving, crying, dying. What character is that child building? What lesson is a tortured animal learning? This idea of spiritual gym, that suffering is a workout to grow stronger, simply doesn't apply across the board. Sometimes suffering just breaks people. Sometimes it destroys them. And if God allows this, fully knowing the pain and having the power to stop it, then that's not love. That's negligence.